Right now, let's get to some political news. President Trump reversing his decision to hold next year's G7 meeting at his Doral resort in Florida. Eamon Javers joins us from Washington. He has more on what's been happening there. Good morning, Eamon.
Yeah, good morning, Becky. The White House
cover.
spending the weekend reversing itself on a couple of fronts. As you mentioned, that decision by the president to host the upcoming G7 at his own resort, the Doral in Florida. The president reversing course on that on Saturday after pushback from Republicans on Capitol Hill who told the president they simply couldn't defend this decision. Here's the tweet in which the president ultimately revealed that he was backing off. He says, therefore, based on both media and Democrat crazed and irrational hostility, we will no longer consider Trump National Doral Miami as the host site for the G7 in 2020. We'll begin the search for another site, including the possibility of Camp David immediately. Thank you. So the president frustrated there. I can tell you, though, that there were people inside the White House who I spoke to on Friday and Friday night who were extremely frustrated that in the teeth of this impeachment inquiry that's moving forward among Democrats on Capitol Hill, the president would make this decision, which makes life very difficult for Senate Republicans that the president is going to need in any impeachment trial if that's upcoming. So there was some frustration both inside and outside the White House over the weekend. Meanwhile, Mick Mulvaney, the acting chief of staff, seeking to explain himself after having suggested that there was a quid pro quo in terms of the Ukraine money that was held back over the summer by the administration. That Mulvaney had said at a press conference last week that there were, in fact, 3 reasons for holding back that money. One of them was the White House wanted the Ukrainians to look back at 2016. That would be the quid pro quo piece of this. Mulvaney over the weekend, though, on Fox News, suggesting no, when he said 3 reasons, he only meant that there were 2 reasons and therefore no quid pro quo. Here's that exchange.
If you held up the money for 3 reasons, that's a quid pro quo. You got to satisfy us on those. Now, maybe the president backed off that, but that was the proposition here.
No, I'm not acknowledging there's 3 reasons. Again, let's go back.
You said 3 reasons.
Go back to the. I recognize that.
So Mulvaney admitting that he said that there were 3 reasons for holding back the money, but now saying he's not acknowledging there are 3 reasons for holding back the money. Ultimately, it's a reversal there from the administration. They are now suggesting that no, in fact, there was no demand to the Ukrainians to investigate the 2016 election, and the money was not tied to that demand. So that's why they're saying now it was not a quid pro quo, despite Mulvaney saying exactly that last week, guys. So a couple of reversals here for the White House, and we'll watch what happens this week.